To the people who live here, the world begins and ends at the shore. The ocean surrounds Obojima, stretching out to the horizon in all directions. The island, the ocean, and the sky are all there is. Nevertheless, the island is littered with unique and whimsical tales. They color the sky, churn through the rivers and waves, lay low beneath the wispy grass, and hide in another realm of spirits alongside the island itself. Stories are what bind the hearts and minds of the islanders. From the sheer southern cliffs of the coastal highlands to the skyward peak of Mount Arbora, the islanders relish in these stories. They are its past, its present, and its future. This, my friends, is but one of those stories. A tale of four souls who find themselves pinning their place in the history of Obojima. But where, pray tell, did it all start, you ask? Why, at the beginning, where all tales large and small ripple out like a river through time. But more specifically, in a tiny village just west of the Gale Fields. It is a village known mostly for its many playful excuses to hold a variety of festivals each year. Some say they are meant to give a welcome escape from the mundane, while others claim them to mark the passages of time. Either explanation changes not that we begin our story in the village of Okiri. Quaint, charming, and idyllic, Okiri is a farming village in the gift of Shiratashi, nestled in rolling hills between a modest wood and a lazy river. It's a place where everyone knows everyone else. The river, which flows south from Mount Arbora, intersects with the east-west road, placing Okiri on a crossroads. Travelers frequently pass through the village, bringing news from the outside world, but generally, Okiri has remained somewhat insulated from the larger dangers that lurk in the vast expanse of the Gale Fields, just beyond the farmland. Though small, Okiri boasts a diverse population, with Nakudama, humans, and elves all making the village their home for generations. The history of the village stretches back to the earliest days of the Nakudama Age, and then, like today, has been the stomping grounds for a variety of nature and beast spirits. Compared to other villages of similar size, Okiri supports quite a large amount of trade. The village is perhaps best known for its sheep dragon herders, who shear the wool to craft a variety of goods, such as woolly hats, sweaters, cloth, and blankets. Other villagers grow a variety of vegetables, fish on the river, or ply their trade as craftspeople. Okiri is known for the quality of its wool it produces, which comes from the sheep dragons that graze the surrounding hills. Sheep dragons are clever and mischievous creatures, and tending to them is no easy task. There is great pride among the shepherds of Okiri for the rich tradition that they are a part of. The village has embraced sheep dragons to such a degree that its sigil depicts one. On this day, Okiri celebrates its long-anticipated vegetable festival, a merry, strange, and delightful pause in the day-to-day labors of the fields. Villagers bring to market all manner of vegetables for a parade of produce in the town center. Sheep dragon herders hawk their wares fresh from the backs of their billowy flocks, and villagers partake in a variety of festival games. The most well-known and exciting of these games is called Blotcher. Participants are divided into teams, and each person is given a shepherd's sling and a bag of overripe produce to hurl at the other team. Participants must wear a traditional tunic of undyed wool, so that when a person is hit with a flying fruit or vegetable, it'll leave a clear blotch. The game is played over a series of rounds, each one featuring a different projectile. By the end of the match, the participants are covered in multicolored stains, which they are encouraged to wear proudly. In the bustling market center, full of humans, Nakudama, and elves, a short, purple-clad figure struts eagerly through the rows of stalls, examining everything on offer, from vegetables to herbs to wool and other tools. They had heard tell of some weirdness in the area, and of a possible magical variety. But in 2 days' time, they had seen nothing but quaintness of Okiri. By the morning, they would likely continue their journey onward, if nothing else catches their attention. Ashley, can I have you go ahead and introduce your character that you'll be playing?
Absolutely. Enthralled by stories of the past, Erdemi longs to learn of the once great Nakudama Empire that occupied the island of Obojima nearly 2,000 years prior. In addition, he has a fascination with the First Age technologies and associated magics littered across the island. What little Erdemi knows of the once great empire is that its capital and cities once occupied a great expanse of the Gale Fields of Obojima until a demonic entity from within sought to wrest control from the ruler. Successful for a time, this entity was later disposed of by a resistive faction, and the empire dissolved shortly after. Few speak the name of the demon of the modern day, lest they suffer its ancient wrath. But Erdemi wishes to know anything and everything they can about this ancient world and how they might recreate a portion of its greatness in modern-day Obojima. Erdemi was born and raised in the Sky-Kite Valley, northwest of Mount Abora. Sky-Kite Valley is a city of tremendous innovation and excitement surrounding flight and any spirits of the sky. Upon showing an affinity and desire to learn the arcane arts at a young age, Erdemi has garnered some associates in the Patchwork Robe Coven of Witches that have their headquarters in Sky-Kite Valley. Although not an official member, Erdemi has been known to work with them on occasion when it suits his interests. At the current time, Erdemi wishes to investigate the Nakadama ruin to the south, as well as anything unique they discover along the way. At present, they have stopped off in the smaller farming village called Okiri for a couple of days' rest before heading towards the supposed temple. And my personal quest is to uncover the mysteries of the ancient Nakudama Empire.
Can you please describe to me what Erdemi, in more detail than I already gave, what Erdemi looks like?
Sure. So, 3 feet tall, about 45 pounds, so on the larger side of a Nakudama. He is always adorned in several layers of very colorful decorative scarves made from fine cloth. Um, Carries a small pack with him, with his spell book, and always carries a teacup and saucer upon him because he never wants to miss out on opportunity for a good cup of tea and to regale anyone who will listen to his great stories.
Excellent. And as Erdemi walks through the bustling markets of Okiri, looking left and right, what is it that catches their eye? Or rather, what might they be looking for?
I I think he just likes to see if he could find any kind of exotic fruit or vegetable that he has never seen before, um, because it excites him to be able to discover something new to him, especially if it's something tasty or can be used in a recipe.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as Erdemi walks through and looks at all the different stalls looking for possible potion ingredients.
Bear with me, I'm going to do this in the chat in
Yeah.
Roll20, right?
Yeah. So under your character sheet, if you click investigation, it should roll it automatically and add your modifiers.
Does it show up? Because on my end it's showing 18. Did it show up on your end?
Nothing yet. Give me just
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Okay. I have my sheet in a different tab. Maybe that's why. Hold on.
That shouldn't matter.
There we go.
Well, that was me. I was just testing just to see.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
We'll go ahead if you.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. We're still working on the the mechanics of things, but we'll go ahead and take the 18 that you see. With an 18, you notice that as you look through, you notice there's a variety of different fruits and vegetables here in Okiri. One of the ones in particular that you see that catches your eye, that you've never seen before, it is a sort of spiky yellowish green melon with a short stem on it, that almost like the spikes themselves kind of take a four-sided triangular shape to them, as they make up the spherical nature of this, what you assume is some type of melon. And as you step forward and gaze upon it, one of the shopkeepers,
"Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you eyeing that one right there. They're quite delicious. They're special in this part of the gift of Shiratashi. That one right there is called a pyramid melon. It's a bit bitter at first if you catch a bit of the rind, but if you get down to the center, around the core, it's delightfully sweet."
That sounds fantastic. How do I sample them?
"Oh, of course. Let me split one open here." And
you watch as this large man, who under normal circumstances were you not to see his sort of childlike face of this human male, he's a massive individual. You can tell that this man has worked the fields and done manual labor for most of his lifetime, and he is built like a truck. Oh, there, it rolled through that time. Oh, it's a 24.
Yeah. Well, that's so Shiny ran up here and helped me.
Okay. You're good.
That's why that popped up.
Okay, close enough. We'll take the 18 that you told me. And you watch as he turns around and he has this sort of cutting device, and it's not so much a cutting device as it's just a pointed triangular splitter, and he just raises the pyramid melon up over his head and just crushes it on the end of this triangular deal and splits it in half almost perfectly. And you look as the rind kind of separates in this very beautiful pattern inside, and he takes a wooden spoon and scoops out a piece for you to try.
Ooh, wow, that is quite delectable.
Of course. It's one of the unique fruits here in this part of Obojima. Would you like one?
Yes, I would like to take one for the road.
Of course. That will be 2 silver for the whole melon.
Here you go.
He takes the 2 coins and kind of bites them to check the silver petals between his teeth.
Of course. They're good.
Pardon me?
I said, I assure you they're real.
Of course, it's just force of habit, you know.
As he hands you over the melon in this sort of stretchy material that allows it to be slung over the shoulder or carried from the end of a stick or in a bag, or just simply carried like a purse.
Thank you kindly. I strap it to my pack.
Okay. You can add 1 pyramid melon. That is a ingredient for potion crafting, as well as simply just a food item.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, lying in one of the many fields with a grassy green head cover pulled over their eyes and the beet red top of their noggin, is a small red Dara, a lineage unique to the island of Obojima. They spawn fully formed, usually at the base of an ancestral tree, after their predecessor passed away, leaving a wholly unique mark with the lot of their life's memories stored on the trunk of the next generation to find. This Red Dara sleeps soundly, having only just arrived here and taking a brief nap. The breeze blows softly over their head and their chest from the north, but something else gently nudges them to consciousness. It is a pillowy yet firm sensation, and it snorts softly in their ear as a warm, bumpy, wet tongue slides up their chin, clear to the top of their forehead. Startled from their nap, they find themselves being awoken to the playful examination of a sheep dragon. Akith, do you want to go ahead and describe your character to me?
Sure. And the backstory as well.
You can share as much as you want or as little as you want. It's up to you.
Mm-mm.
That is entirely up to you.
So, I'll hold off on that one for now.
Okay.
So, all you see would be the green tunic, now tied up with the green clothes, and a staff beside him full of petals. Currently. And around his neck, he's going to have a talisman in the shape of, I gotta double check the one I want here, of what looks like to be, say, a fist.
Okay.
And backpack against the tree, using it as a makeshift pillow currently. And still, I'll look at the sheep dragon and go, boy, you're quite the nice one, aren't you? And I'll reach into the backpack and pull out a ration and try to feed this sheep dragon.
Go ahead and give me an animal handling check, if you don't mind.
Sure.
First nat 20 of the game, boys!
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's go. This sheep dragon eyes. What type of ration do you pull out and offer to this sheep dragon?
Since I'm more in the herbalist, I like trades. I'll probably just pull something like vegetable wise, I guess.
Okay. Give me just a
Like
moment.
dried berries or something.
Nice. Give me just a moment. Add this to everybody's. Did that image pop up for you guys?
No, but I
Okay,
can go to the.
Let me go ahead and
Thing.
re-show it. I think it's because I had to add it to everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, there
Yep.
we go.
There we go. There we go. So there's a little visual of a sheep dragon for you.
Oh,
Adorable.
You look on as this sheep dragon eyes you, and then eyes the berries, and then eyes you, and then eyes the berries, and immediately just begins to devour this. You know, not just nibbling softly at your hand, but mostly just scooping up the berries as quickly as it can with its tongue. You feel the bumpy, wet sensation as it just like wraps your hand and just looks for anything in and around the offering of food. And then you hear a voice call out to you from about 50, 100 yards away, somewhere in that distance. Oi! You see a young man with a red tunic, darker brown hair. He looks on to you. He seemed to be quite capable with the dragons. Appreciate it, friend. But don't get them too spoiled. Otherwise, they won't learn to listen.
Thanks for the advice. Can you get him off me now?
You listen as they call out, and you hear this shrill whistle from the young man. And as he taps his heel with the end of what looks like a hooked staff, not too dissimilar from your own staff, but just a little more designed for herding and hooking large to small animals. And this sheep dragon is a large creature by size, and especially large compared to your smaller frame. Could easily wrap you several times over without much effort, but seems fairly docile. They just seem more playful and curious than they are any type of harmful. But as soon as it finishes scooping any amount of juice or remaining fibers from your hand, it hears this whistle and this clicking on the end of the young man's boot as it turns, eyes their caretaker, and immediately just whips around you in this sort of playful manner, and then tears off towards the rest of the herd that it had strayed away from.
As it's like taken off, would you say this saliva would be able to be taken off by shape water?
Yeah, I would say so. It's mostly a liquid.
Yeah. So I'll just use like shape water and just like fling it off my hands though.
You slowly cast the spell, and it begins to give off a soft glow as you just kind of flick your wrist, and it comes off in just onto the ground.
Good nap wasted.
Just about maybe 3/4 of a mile, you can see the busy market square of the village of Okiri, not too far away. With that power nap, you feel a bit sore from your long distance trek here, but not all too unsatisfactory. You feel confident you've regained whatever you've lost, both physically and magically. And you see a number of things that catch your eye. There's vendors moving to and from various lineages to this location. For such a small village, there's quite a number of people. But as you look around, you can see it's kind of at a crossroads here on the northern part of the Gift of Shiratashi, as well as one of the last remaining outposts of before entering the much more dangerous Gale Fields.
Well, I'll just head to the city and see if I can find any herbalism to make some potions.
As you're walking towards the city, you look to your left alongside the road, and you can see there's a large mound structure of sorts. Its roof is kind of built into the hillside of the grasses in this area, and there are 3 unequal sort of posts that stick up in the center of this area. And you also see around this area there are a number of outdoor tables and one large-looking 4-wheeled contraption of sorts. You don't recognize this as anything natural or any type of typical cart. It has a metal exterior. The back half of it is flat with slightly raised edges that they resemble the sort of nature of a cart, but you can see that every now and again, the proprietor that's controlling what looks like some sort of makeshift kitchen on the back of this vehicle touches it with the end of their hands, and you see these little big sparks begin to flitter and flutter into the what looks some sort of power source at the front of this vehicle. and it sputters to life, and you can see that they are using that to continually run what looks like some sort of cooking apparatus on the back half of the vehicle. You don't know too much about this. You've heard it vaguely called something like some sort of letter and car truck. Yes, you remember it was called some sort of letter and a truck. And you recognize this is a piece of first age technology, a random assortment of technology that was left by some ancient society many millennia ago, and it's scattered all over the island of Obojima.
Kind of amazed about it, but I just shake my head and continue onwards.
Okay. On the eastern side of the village, a rhythmic sound of boots can be heard marching along one of the many maintained paths between the various cities, towns, villages, and settlements of Obojima. At their side rests a satchel stuffed to the brim with small parcels, letters, and scrolls. On their back, a short bow and a pair of simple short swords for utility and protection. On assignment to deliver the much-needed missives of the people of Obojima is the duty of the Courier Brigade Knights. Their network of postal professionals will not rest until the delivery is made to its intended destination. A small office is here in the village, but this particular courier hails from an outpost closer to the Gale Fields. Although they are not yet permitted to travel that route eastward. As they march westward towards Okiri, they re-examine the scrolls marked with the destination and a name. Okiri Village. Breeze Mercantile. Bree. Monique, can I have you go ahead and describe your character for us, please?
Yes. Is it like a small description of it, or like what you share with me?
Whatever you want to share. In your particular instance, tell me what form your character is currently taking.
Her normal form,
Okay.
like whitish with her silver hair, light clothing. She doesn't like to wear heavy since she likes to be on the move. It always seems like she's in a rush, but she is not. She just likes to go here and around. She's part of the Courier Brigade. She wishes to cover all the map and all the undiscovered positions that the islands have not yet been reached. She attaches to people. She loves to be around people, but she's not a very talkative person until it has like a good connection with them. And she's around like 1.6. I don't do fits, guys, sorry. So be nice with the yards and all. But she's like around 160.
Okay.
And yeah, she goes around town and she loves to learn about many different things that she still doesn't know about.
For those of us using freedom units, it's about, I think, roughly middle 5'2". Yeah, there you go. Middle to low 5 foot. For those of us who measure things in eagles per gun.
Yeah, when you're making this, I'm gonna get a chart. I'm gonna get a chart because you're like, it's 100 yards away, and I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
One
just
football field.
Yeah, one football field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, that might get confusing because then we have
American football.
Damn it.
It's gonna be a running joke through the whole campaign.
Oh my god.
Just so you know, when the maps are on the board, everything is in units of 5. So whatever you want to call that, it's units of 5.
Okay.
So We can call it feet, we can call it meters. I don't care at this point. But with that said, as you walk towards the village of Okiri, America tokens. As you walk towards the village of Okiri, go ahead and give me a perception check, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So on your character
Okay,
sheet, you should be able to
In
click.
this one, you guys have to help me because this is what I mean. That mine is in Spanish, so I'm like translating it. So I'm hoping that I clicked like the right one.
Sure. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
With a 9, you're a bit unsure. You're really focused on your mission of delivering this message. You were given a missive by a high-ranking individual in the Courier Brigade, and you don't want to screw this up, as you're eager to move from your current status as a cadet to becoming a full-blown Courier Brigade knight. But you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. It doesn't seem like it's you're being watched with any type of malice, but you're definitely being watched. And you just can't seem to figure out from where. But nevertheless, you just shake it off and continue to walk towards the village of Okiri, towards the destination on the series of scrolls you were charged with delivering, to Breeze Mercantile. As you walk through, you see there are a number of individuals all setting up stalls or already having set up stalls. There are food vendors all over the place. There are herders stacking up just huge baskets full of wool from their recently sheared sheep dragons. You see that there are various outdoor tables where people are playing various festival games, small children running all about, some wearing paper masks and things of that nature. You see overhead, it's a beautiful blue sky day, just gorgeous weather for this time of year as we get into the beginning of fall. As you look up, you can vaguely see, you're a bit uncertain because they're quite translucent, but you do see overhead 1 or 2 flying jellyfish through the skies above your head. A rare but welcome and gentle sight on the island of Obojima. And last but not least, we divert our attention to a taller, blue-skinned figure who finds themselves wandering about the market streets of Okiri. Occasionally, they pop their head into a shop or window shop alongside many of the stalls of the festival, their singular large eye focusing all about the bustling streets. Although seemingly aimless, they are in fact on the hunt for something unique, the likes of which few have ever seen on the island, but may be right beside them at any given moment. They seek the strange, the artful, and the whimsical off the beaten path. Shiny, can you go ahead and describe your character for us, please?
Sure. So my character's name is Axel Smoothbellow. My character came into existence about 20 years ago. His prior life, he was a successful engineer, repairing first world technologies, but Axel's really not into that type of thing. And he was drawn into the world of performance. He found that type of stuff more interesting. So he is learning to do that type of stuff, crafting masks, acting, making costumes. So since he has a knack for, repairing from his prior life, he hesitantly does it to make money to pursue his main passion. And his main quest is that he wants to be the master of mass.
Very nice. And what might Axel be looking for wandering through the bustling markets of the vegetable festival in Okiri village?
Yeah, vegetable festival.
What might also be in a festival that would more pique Axel's interest as opposed to the produce or the wool or...
I'm looking for some good instruments, man. I want to get some good instruments.
There we go. Give me a perception check. It's hard to say. It's you hear the bristle and loud calls of vendors on both sides of the street, but you don't really hear any music. You do smell a couple of things as you kind of wander about through the market center, near the main segments of Okiri village. There's the large, give me just a moment here. Sorry. There's the high hall that you are closest to now, near the market center of the city, or the village. It's a large timbered building that spans larger than normal high ceilings. And it seems kind of like the governmental center, if there really is one in this sort of smaller village. More so like a communal center than any type of like formal government building. Definitely nothing like what you're used to further south towards the coastal areas, and cities like Yataman that are just massive and sprawling by comparison. But it has its charm. And you do smell and you see there's a number of outside cook stations, almost like little makeshift grills that have been set up for various individuals to just buy their produce and immediately cook it for their guests or their families or just for themselves, that have been, they're more like little stakes that have been set in the ground with hangers and makeshift frying pans and grill grates and pots hanging off over open fires, kind of like stew pots. And you see that there's a couple open, and as you're just walking by, it's not so much music that you hear, but you catch the rhythm of just this area. Although it's not formal music or any type of performance, you definitely can't help but just feel like a rhythm beginning to pick up in your feet as you find yourself walking through the streets with just a little bit more of a strut. Nevertheless, this brings us into Okiri itself during the vegetable festival in the early fall. You can hear, as I said previously, people calling for various dishes, wares, things of that nature, all about the city market center. You also see Mimsy, you would have seen they are setting up, and the reason you were sort of accosted by the sheep dragon in that field near what you now know as you walk by, as you overhear people saying, have you heard they're just getting ready with all the sheep dragons. They're munching up all the tall grass around the commons. And you put 2 and 2 together that mounded area with the 3 large posts in the center is the area known as the commons. And you hear it in passing conversation that that seems to be where they're setting up for the main festival game known as Blotcher. And that every year they intentionally allow the grasses to grow tall there as a sort of a gift to the sheep dragons that provide them with such a large amount of wool. They intentionally let the grasses of the commons become overgrown just so they can let the sheep dragons go through and mow it down right before the festival. Changing gears a little bit. Mirage. As you step into the village proper, you are looking around trying to find this so-called Breeze Mercantile. Go ahead and give me a either a perception or an investigation check, your choice. That would be insight. So
Sorry.
no, you're good.
This one.
Perception. Okay, perfect. It takes you a bit of time. You're not as familiar with Okiri Village, but nevertheless, you do find by asking around, as you kind of flash your colors of the Courier Brigade. And although you are only a cadet at this time, there's still quite a bit of respect for the Courier Brigade in this part of Obojima. And you see that there are a number of what look like sort of pillars beside some of the larger buildings within the village. And at the top of the pillar is kind of the head of what looks like a catfish. And on the chest, you see that there's a mechanical door. This is one of the post boxes. And you can see it in this image here. It's that catfish-looking statue right there beside what look like vending machines.
I see.
And as you walk up, you can see beside this this post box of the Courier Brigade are truly what are first age technology vending machines. You've heard of these before. You've never seen one in person, but there are 2 of them right here. And as you go to look at the post box to determine if this is in fact the correct building, you look over and you can't help but notice that there's some sort of presence lying on top of one of the vending machines. And you look up, and it's definitely the outward appearance of what looks like some sort of feline, some sort of domestic house cat. But as you take a closer look, it's as if the light passes right through it, and it's semi-transparent. It's definitely some sort of feline appearance, but it's definitely not some sort of normal house cat. And you
Can I touch it?
Yeah, go ahead and give me... Go ahead and give me an insight check as you reach out to try to touch the strange feline.
Insight.
It was the one that you did previously.
Oh, is that one? Okay, now I
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
word.
Okay. You go to reach up, and just before you're about to pet it, you hesitate for a sec because you're like, oh. This isn't a normal house cat. This is some sort of spirit. And you've heard stories of these types of spirits being connected to these types of machines of first age technology. As you reach out to touch this house cat, you reach back going, Oh, yeah, I need to be more respectful. This is a guardian spirit of this vending machine.
Okay, we step back.
And as you step back, you hear a voice talk to you. And at first you're unsure of where it's coming from, and then you look back as it says, "That's a bright idea, not to reach out and touch strange entities you're not familiar with, my child." And the voice is coming from the house cat. "I'm not one to appreciate being touched."
I'm sorry, I was not quite sure what it was, but now I know.
Of course, of course. If you're interested in purchasing anything from my lord's establishment, by all means. And he kind of stretches out a bit and reaches this sort of semi-transparent paw over the front glass of this vending machine. And you can see there are a number of items inside the vending machine with various prices and what looks like some sort of slot to the right. And given its shape and size, you assume that it takes some type of coinage in the slot to pay for these items. And you see various prices below some of the items. There are small vials of reddish, like semi-opaque liquid. There are various snacks and supplies, rope, and just a hodgepodge of different items in this vending machine.
Is there any item that Mirage is like not used to, that I have never seen before? Or know very little of it?
Give me an investigation check. Oh my god, that's a nat 20.
Let's go,
yes,
dude.
there are definitely a couple strange items you've never seen before. One in particular. Just a moment here. You see, oops. It's a sort of thin green, almost transparent. It's like a transparent green vial with a glass stopper on it, and it says below the bottom of it, potion of rabbit speed.
I'll buy that.
How many gold do you currently have?
11.
11. This says it's 15, unfortunately.
No. It's fine, then I'll just leave.
Okay.
I won't buy anything.
And then as you're walking away, you hear the house cat's voice again, the spirit. "I apologize. My master asked me to increase the prices during this event. He's trying to make up a bit of his gambling losses. Perhaps if you come back later on in the evening, there might be a bit of a discount for you."
Oh, okay. You better. You betcha, no better.
And you see as he just yawns and says nothing more as you step away. But you do see on the postal box some numbers. It's not what you're looking for, but it at least points you in the right direction. And as you look further down in the sequence of numbers, you can kind of guess that it's more than likely one of the larger buildings in the very center of the market area right now.
Okay, so I will walk through the destination.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a sec. Mimpsy, at this time, you've just entered the market street. You can see all around you there are vendors selling their wares, various dealers selling, or farmers selling their fresh produce and fruits, a handful of freshly picked herbs from all over the northern part of the Gift of Shiratashi, as well as the outer rim of the Gale Fields. What are you doing?
I'll be looking for the fresh herbs
Okay.
and seeing what they have. And, and to see what they have for potions of to assist me on my travels.
Okay.
More like
More
so I can make
utility.
healing potions, utilities, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me either perception or investigation, your choice.
All right.
Okay. As far as herbs and potion ingredients that you see, there's quite a variety in this area. You see mostly common ingredients, carrots, cabbages, livestock like chicken eggs, various produce. You see pumpkins and a few carved into strange faces and things of that nature by local artisans and things of that nature with very intricate designs. You see little vials of tree sap and things of that nature. Some gathered algae from the riverbanks and lakesides in the surrounding area. Tree leaves and flowers of the region. And then as far as pre-made potions, go ahead and roll me a D100. Okay. Ooh. That is not what I was looking for. Give me just a sec. Although I appreciate the sheer volume of potion and ingredients in the crafting system, it is a lot to go through.
Oh, you're welcome.
I feel like this is going to be an ongoing thing. Yes. You see here we go. Yes. It looks like almost like a thin red vial bulb, like a flower bulb. And the stopper is like a wooden stopper in the form of an unblossomed flower bud of a sort of brownish greenish color, stopped into the end of it. And you can see this vendor is wearing more colorful robes. You can see, in addition to some of the other wares they have on their little stall, various books and scrolls and things of that nature, what look like gathered ramshackle research and scattered stuff. Nothing that really catches your eye at first, but this little vial definitely that they have at the front, and this little pedestal holder of what look like standard healing potions that you've seen time and time again in and around some of the larger cities and villages of Obojima. But this one in particular seems out of place among these typical healing potions.
So, like, a little kid at, like, a donut shop, like, face to the kind of glass, and I'll just point at it and go, how much?
Well, that one right there is a bit unique. And the individual you're talking as he spins around is an elvish man. And the elves of Obojima are bit unique to what most people have seen or heard of elves. Typical form, longer, ears that kind of stray back. These ones kind of are so long they begin to curve quite a bit at the ends. And this gentleman, even for an elf, seems quite old. You're not quite sure, as elves age quite a bit differently than some of the other lineages. And you also see around one side of his neck strange sort of patterned birthmarks. They're definitely not tattoos. They look like birthmarks. And you recall elves of Obojima are not necessarily born to elvish families. They can be born to normal human families as well. That their lineage is quite an oddity, but with them, it's some areas see it as a blessing, other areas see it as a curse. It really just depends on the region of the island, but nevertheless, they carry with them sort of these strange birthmarks that from passing that they have sometimes unique properties to them. But he turns and looks at you, his sort of nose wrinkles and eye wrinkles kind of eyeing what you're eyeing. Oh, yeah, that one right there is there's a potion of pocket stomach. Makes you able to swallow things that you might not otherwise be able to comfortably anyway. And you for a time being, folks, it functions kind of like a temporary what's that item, that weird thing you shove more stuff in it. It's like you can shove like 10 pounds in a 1 pound bag. That thing, a bag of what do they call that dang thing up down there in Yadaman? Holding. Yeah, it functions like a temporary bag of holding, but it's your stomach.
Well, how much would you want for that?
Well, that one's a bit unique, but seeing as I don't really like carting things back around, I can give it to you for 20 gold.
20 gold? That's a little steep.
Well, it's a unique item. Helps a lot if you gotta cart something across the city real lickety-split like.
Couldn't you just use some bubble lift?
I mean, you could try, but what if you're trying to be discreet?
You can make the bubble smaller.
Yeah, but you can still see it. What if you're trying to hide something? Are you trying to hide something?
What if someone catches you eating? It's not discreet.
I mean,
I think 20's a little too much. Don't you agree?
What are you
With your
offering?
own logic.
Make me a
I'll
deal.
offer you 10.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm glad to.
Sorry, friend. I mean, I still got to turn a profit. Took me a day or two to get over here with all this here stuff. If it lasted longer, I'd be taking that dear potion.
Maybe on your way back you could use it.
I would try, but it only lasts an hour. That wouldn't even get me out too far outside of the village before I upchucked all my stuff.
Oh, good thing you mentioned that. How about the herbs to make other stuff? How much is that going to cost?
It depends on them there herbs. You see, he has currently scattered about. He has what you recognize as ichi berries, little red, almost like raspberries or blueberries, but like a bright red color. You also see a similar fruit to what I described, a large spiked looking fruit with like these little pyramids, these like very fine pyramids all over its surface. You see a big bushel of wool from sheep dragons that you know can be used as an ingredient or a material for various things. He has a variety of vegetables, apple carrots, as well as you see he's got inside another little jar what looks like some sort of tree sap. Give me a nature check real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You recognize this is Yugi sap. Y-U-G-I sap.
All right.
And that's the majority of what you see.
Would I know what I could use this Yugi sap for?
Give me just a moment here. I really need to make a spreadsheet to make this easier for myself.
Oh,
I might do
yeah,
that.
but you know, session 1.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? You know that Yugi sap is usually used as some sort of binding agent, and usually is more on the utility side of things as opposed to more strange or odd or combat focused potion ingredients.
Do you know if you have any things for a potion, sir?
Well, that there sap's good for potions. The carrots can be sometimes, blended up as well for binding agent. Them berries. I'm sorry, they're boom berries, is what you see. The little red berries. They almost like little. They have the stems. The way you look at them, the bright red. They almost look like little firecrackers.
Okay.
And then the carrot. You also know vaguely with that nature check that it also has some sort of utilitarian properties if ground up and made into a paste and mixed with other ingredients.
Oh.
And you know that the boomberries get their name because they're often used as a catalyst for usually some type of explosive potion.
Oh. Interesting.
Or some type of combat-related potion.
How much for the boomberries?
Well, them damn boomberries, I give you a dozen of them for, let's say, 6 silver.
6 silver. For a dozen?
Yeah, that never a dozen.
2 dozen for a gold?
Give me a persuasion check.
I hope I'm rolling out one.
Sorry, friend. Those are a pretty well-known quantity. I can do you for 12 silver.
Sure.
All right.
That sounds good.
Okay. He boxes up 2 dozen boomberries for you.
And how much is that going to weigh?
Don't worry about weight. If it's something significant, I'm not going to sit here and try to fight with weight. Basically, for the purposes of potion making, that's approximately 4 units of boomberries. So it's six. It takes 6 of them to use as an ingredient.
Okay, cool.
So that would be four numbers of them.
Yeah. Well, thank you, kind soul.
Well, come back again if you're interested in that there potion. Otherwise, I might just have to try to hawk it at Yataman.
I'll just nod and go, I will.
As this is going,
And I'll just
go ahead.
walk off.
Okay. As this is going on, Axel, as you're walking through in and around the areas of the market square as well as the high hall, you begin to hear what sounds like some sort of wind instrument, the likes of which you've never heard before. It sounds like a mixture, like it has like kind of a hollow resonance to it. And you can see there's a young Nakudama sitting on what looks like just an old rotten stump between a couple of the houses. Her clothes are pretty mild, to say the least. They're pretty threadbare and worn, but you can see that they are very much fixated with trying to play this wind instrument. In fact, not doing great at it, but they're trying. And you could definitely tell it's there's this desire to do it better, but they just don't seem to have the knowledge of how to play this wind, what looks like some sort of ocarina or some sort of like hollowed out stone with a cavity in it that they're trying to blow into, but they can't quite get their frog-like appendages in the right position to fully block off some of the holes. He's still there, Shiny?
Yeah, sorry. I was what's it called? I wasn't sure if it was me going up to him or not. That's why I was.
You just see it as you're passing by.
Okay.
You see this
Okay,
young Nakudama girl with fairly threadbare clothing, trying to play this hollowed out windpipe instrument.
I, of course, walk over. I need to know.
Oh, darn it, I can't play it. I can't get my finger in the right spot.
And you can hear the pitch trying to get there, but she can't fully block off one of the holes because the way her hands are shaped, it's difficult for her to get to that last far end to get that higher pitch sound.
What's going on here? You having a problem playing this instrument?
Yeah, I can't quite get my finger to the spot. It just, webbing in my fingers just won't go that far.
And you can see she's, trying to blow into it.
Do you know how to play?
I've never seen this before. What is this?
Oh, it's a Riverstone flute.
I mean, I've played flutes before, but not something like this, so I mean, I definitely can give it a try.
Would you? I'd love to learn.
Sure, if you don't mind, pass on over.
She hands it up to you.
You're pretty big. I've not seen a. Usually the jar around this area are kind of small. I've never seen one as big as you.
Oh, I hear it all the time.
And she hands up this flute. It's like in your hands, it's quite tiny. It's probably not much bigger than just the 3/4 of the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nevertheless, go ahead and give me a. Are you going to try to play it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a performance check. Ooh. Your first attempt, you go to blow into the flute and you completely miss the mouthpiece and you're just like spitting all over the top of it. By the way, there's our first nat one of the campaign. Getting them out now.
Yup.
Are you sure you know how to play a flute?
I have played a flute before, but not one like this. Also, pal, I'm literally holding this with one hand. It's kind of difficult.
Well, I mean, it's difficult for me too. I only have 1, 2, 3 fingers, and they're kind of stuck together a bit.
All right. Let me give it another try. Let me get a try.
Okay. Give me one more performance check.
If I fail, I'm just leaving. You love it. You gotta love it, dude.
Axel was just joking around. He just wanted to bully that.
That is so fucking crazy.
Oh god, that's so funny. The dichotomy of D&D, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the comeback.
Oh, the second time, you're like, no way I'm looking bad in front of a kid. You put 2 of your fingers over, or 1 of your fingers over 1.5 of the holes of this flute, trying to just leave a little pocket to get a higher pitch. And this time, as you're blowing onto it, as you're blowing onto the mouthpiece, you like the last remaining hole, you put your smallest pinky finger into it, giving it this perfect resonance as you begin to play a quite beautiful melody. Did it not play? Hold on.
The music changed, but
Yes. Okay. And it's very rhythmic as you're playing this melody, and you can watch as this young girl is just incredibly excited as you blow into this flute. Sorry, that was really loud.
No worries.
In your mind, you hear this just orchestral series of instruments playing alongside you. And as you play this beautiful melody that you're not quite sure where it's coming from. You're just playing what seems natural, and they are just enthralled by this second attempt. And not just this young Nakudama girl. You're beginning to attract quite a crowd as you turn around and you've got your eyes closed as you're focusing on the melody. But you don't even begin to notice as you're playing through this. You're so enthralled in the music itself. By the time you do open your eyes, there are probably about a dozen people watching you play. A few of which have tossed out a few a few copper and a few silver down at your feet, thinking you're some sort of performer as this young Nakudama girl is like clapping along to the beat. And they're just watching, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm going to roll with it. And you continue to play this melody and this in your head. You're hearing all these other instruments alongside it, and it's just flowing naturally. You earn about 6 gold coins.
Sweet. 'Cause I don't think I have anything actually on me.
You should have started with 10.
Never mind. I have 16 now.
There you go. In loose change you get from bussing the streets of with this Riverstone flute, you gain 6 gold coins.
Nice.
But that, give me just a moment here. Why is that still playing? Hold on. Alright, it's playing 2 musics at once. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Still learning. But nevertheless, not intending to, you earned yourself a bit of coin for the day.
Hell yeah.
Moving back to the other side of the market, Erdemi, you've gathered a couple ingredients in your travels through this area, but you originally came here because you were looking for something. You had heard a rumor that there was some strange magic that had, some sort of strange combination of magic and technology that had sprung up here in the village of Okiri. And after 2 days of not finding anything, you had almost but given up, thinking you had found this supposed, strange magic, until you hear a sudden scream from on the other side of the market street. And you see this woman has just dropped everything and is looking up in the air. And you follow her gaze and you look up, and there's a small child high above, probably at this point 50, 60 feet in the air, on what looks like a bicycle. A 2-wheeled bicycle. A simple bike from the first age. But you know very well, coming from Skykite Valley, bicycles don't float. And they damn sure don't fly. And yet this young boy is pedaling this bike high into the sky above Okiri Village. And at first, you assume that maybe it's some sort of spirit doing this. But as you focus in on this young boy riding this bicycle high up in the sky, you begin to see that they don't seem to have control of it. They're just barely holding on. And this woman screaming is because you hear her call out. She seems to have some sort of relation to this young boy. Axel, on the other side of the market, you hear this scream as well, and you look up, and on the other side of this main building, you see this boy on this floating bicycle as well. And suddenly this commotion is beginning to attract the attention of a number of people. So much so that Mirage, Mipsy, as you're walking through other parts of the market, you look up and also see this young boy floating on this 2-wheeled bicycle. Unsure of what is going on. What are you all doing?
gonna go over to who I assume is the mother and check in on her and see what is going on.
Somebody please get him down! I don't know
How
what
did he
he's
get up
doing!
there?
What?
How did he get up there?
I
Did this
don't
just happen
know!
suddenly?
I don't know! That's his bicycle! That's my son!
I'm gonna kind of look around, see if I can, and kind of think of what I might be able to do. Above table, would I be able to do like bubble lift to bring him down, or bubble lifts only to bring something up?
Go ahead and post bubble lift in the chat and let me see what it says specifically.
I was thinking the same thing.
How do I do that? Do I just click on it, or
Here,
do I
got it.
type it?
There
Oh,
you go. Yeah, you
thank
should be able
you.
to post it.
Or
'Cause I have
description only.
two.
You blow
And
a
now
bubble. You blow a bubble around any solid, granular, or liquid object that weighs 500 pounds or less, causing it to
Gloat.
gloat. I think
Float.
that's supposed to
Typo.
float. Yeah. 4 feet off the ground. No matter what the contents of the bubble are, the bubble weighs 10 pounds and can be pushed using an action. Strong winds or effects that would push a creature also push the bubble. The bubble always floats at least 4 feet off the ground and descends from a fall at a speed of 10 feet per round. Okay, so it would take about a minute to come down from where he's at right now. As an action, a creature can pierce the outside of the bubble. Pierce the pierce the outside of the bubble, causing it to pop and releasing its content. Okay. So yeah, so right now you are, I would say, just outside of range of where they're at, but if you were to try to get to a higher position, you might be able to get into range to cast Bubble Lift.
Awesome. I'm going to look around to try and find a way to get closer
Okay.
to do that.
Give me a perception check, if you would.
Sorry, I'm also only working with one screen.
No problem.
Hold on.
Let's see if my portable monitor would possibly work for a second
Yeah,
one for you when
and
we do this.
also an actual mouse would be great.
That's true.
You said perception? I'm sorry,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Okay,
perception.
Perception. I did it.
Nice.
Okay.
Give me just one sec. I'm trying to adjust this so you can read everything. Might have to. Sorry, folks. We're session 1. We're working out the bugs. There we go. Perception of 18. You can see that there are a number of these double-layered buildings, as well as various stalls that, you know, kind of may function given a bit of athletic or acrobatic prowess. You might be able to hop up onto the rooftops or the ledges of some of these buildings.
Awesome. So I can do my standing leap,
Okay.
which I can long jump up to 20 feet.
Oh, shit. Oh, long jump
Yeah.
forward or long jump? It just says 20 feet up.
It says your long jump is up to 20 feet. Oh, and your high jump is up to 15 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
With or without a running start.
You're fine. You can clear any of these roofs and get up relatively easily.
Beautiful. So I am doing that, and then I'm going to cast the bubble lift onto the boy.
Okay. You reach out just as you get to the upper roof of one of these buildings. In fact, how would you cast, or how would Erdemi go about? Describe to me how they cast bubble lift.
So as I'm leaping, I'll get to from the, say there's like one awning right up to the roof. As I'm going from that one awning up to the roof, I'm kind of like spinning with my wand and casting it, landing just as I cast the bubble lift.
Okay. As you spin up and you sling out the spell, are you surrounding the boy or trying to surround both the boy and the bike?
if I can do both, but my main focus is the boy. I don't really care about the bike so much.
As you cast the bubble lift and you surround both the boy and the bike, you notice that the bubble is... or it surrounds both of them, but they don't seem to descend. The bike seems to be still suspended by something. You're not quite sure what.
Okay.
But they
Is
are
it-
surrounded by bubble lift.
And is it still kind of propelling away from?
It's still beginning.
Or-
It's slowly rising,
Slowly
and
rising.
moving forward. Moving about, I would say, approximately northwest outside the village. You're getting towards the edge of the village.
Okay. I'm gonna continue along trying to hold the spell and pull the bubble down.
Are you able to pull the bubble down? I'm sorry. Is it?
Am I able to? I don't know.
I don't
I'm
think so.
I'm
The
trying
bubble
to.
weighs 10 pounds. Strong winds or effects that would push a creature also push the bubble. Okay, so you can see that something is propelling this bike continuously. Like, and it is keeping it aloft, so the bubble's not descending.
Got it.
Like, it's slowly climbing still, and you're not quite sure why. In fact, give me an Arcana check, as you're the one closest and kind of looking on at this.
Okay.
It's really hard to say. You can definitely tell something about the bike is not allowing it to descend. But you're not quite sure what the source of that propulsion is, or that lift.
Yeah.
As this is going on, the rest of you, what are you doing?
How
give me
far am I? And
Pardon?
how high is the boy?
Right now, they're about 65, climbing up towards 70 feet in the air.
I gotta
So
double check if this spells concentration.
It's the same. 7 feet, you said? Wait, I don't know how 7 feet
Oh.
is.
70. 70.
70.
Well, this spell's not concentration either.
That's high.
21 meters.
it's about
Yeah,
about 21,
yeah.
22 meters.
21 meters, it says.
Yeah.
That is high. Is there a way? Am I far? Like, can I reach it? Like the place that not him, but like the place, because I was in somewhere else and I saw it.
You
from
were on
far.
the edge of just getting into towards the center of the market. You're not too far, but you're on the opposite side of where you see now. As Erdemi has kind of hopped up on these buildings, you can see this Nakudama is following and trying to cast something, some sort of spell. You don't really understand spellcraft yourself, but you understand they're doing something to this bubble. You don't know if they're the one causing it or they're trying to stop it, but you just see this Nakudama in purple robes following and leaping on top of these rooftops, trying to follow this boy on this bike. And you suddenly see this bubble appear around them.
Okay.
You don't know if... Go ahead.
I have a rope, so I was thinking like, can I get like high enough so I can throw it, or is it too high for me?
You could certainly try to throw the rope, but it would be extremely difficult.
Question.
Yes.
I know I'm not in range to rescue the kid, but could I shape water bubble lift? Because it is made out of water, potentially.
I'd allow it. What are you trying to do?
Okay. I was gonna try use my own bubble lift to basically get myself up high enough so I could use shape water to get the kid down.
Okay, and shape water is not concentration, correct?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you could do that if you wanted to try to get yourself into a position that you could cast Shape Water. What's the distance on Shape Water?
30 feet, so I would just use my own bubble lift to kind of like lift myself up.
Okay. So tell me the series of events of how you're trying to get to this position to get within range.
So I would cast bubble lift and like I would cast it on my staff so I can be within my own bubble
Okay.
and kind of like use the shape water in such a way to kind of like float myself away, like kind of like
Okay.
in theory like human legs and jump and just kind of
Sure.
propel myself that way.
Go ahead and give me an initial athletics check to try to jump up in the air and propel yourself before you
Sure.
cast the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. You kick off of one of the building sides and just use your momentum, like just slinging the weight of the end of the staff forward, getting yourself moving, relatively quickly before you cast bubble lift. And it gets you moving upwards with the bubble, propelling yourself. I would say between that combination, it gets you just within range of the shape water.
All right. And to like put the two bubbles together and just kind of like drag us back down.
Where are you casting? You're trying to get your bubble to his, or are you casting shape water? Okay. As you cast shape water on the bubble, you can still feel there is something pulling this bike upwards. And as you get close enough that your bubble contacts with Erdemi's, you can see there's some sort of liquid on the bike, on the frame.
All right.
In fact, give me
Shape water, freeze it.
Okay. You freeze the liquid and it hardens rock solid. You're still floating, like whatever this liquid is seems to be having an effect on this bike. And as you freeze it, it's still there as it's contacting the bike.
And I gotta read bubble up again. Hold on. Descriptions only. Do. Oh, that would pierce it. Oh no.
Yeah, if you were to... Are you trying to freeze the bubble?
No, I was gonna use shape water and just like move that liquid off the bike.
Well, it is solid right now. It was a liquid and you wouldn't have been able to remove it, but it is like solid ice on the bike now. It's on the frame.
Can the kid hear me if I tell him to get off the bike?
He's like clutching the bike as you like get on this bubble surrounds, and then suddenly another bubble detaches to the first. Oh, help me, please.
So this is basically a SpongeBob episode of the two paint bubbles.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
He's just shaking, like clutching the handlebars, like not wanting to let go of the only thing that seems to keep him in the sky right now. I didn't know it would do this. I didn't know it would do this when I poured it on the bike.
It's fine. It's fine. You can get off. You'll be fine.
Give me a persuasion check. He is like death gripping these handlebars.
Please.
Oh, no, I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. I just want to go down, please.
This is going to sound mean, but if you don't do it, I'm gonna force you off.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh,
Okay.
Of course you can intimidate.
Ah! Are you sure? he just without thinking jumps in and grabs you. And even though he's a child, he's about the same size as you. And then as he reaches off, your bubble, like the momentum of him grabbing you inside your bubble, like splits the two, like almost to the point where like they get stretched apart and just barely, you're like, oh god, they're gonna break before they just like whoop, and they separate without breaking. And as his foot drags across the frozen liquid on the bike, it shatters, and you watch as the bike frame just goes limp and falls to the bottom of the first bubble. Whatever that liquid was seemed to be suspending and propelling this bike. And you watch as he's just crushing you, holding on to you for dear life. I don't want to fall!
you're gonna float down gently.
And just as you say
We're
that,
fine.
you watch as you're being propelled by the gentle breeze that you had experienced earlier, but you are slowly descending. And Erdemi, as you watch this Red Dara spring up and grab a hold of this child, you look onto the bike and you can just barely see that whatever was propelling it has now been removed or dispelled. Whatever magic was holding this thing, and it's just sitting on its side inside of your bubble.
So I want to bring it down so that I can check out whatever that material is once we're back on the ground.
Okay. As this is going on, Axel and Mirage, what are you doing? As you watch these two individuals, a Nakudama in purple robes and this loosely clad individual with floating inside of a similar looking bubble, just spread apart in the middle of the sky as the one is being clutched like for dear life by this small human boy. What are the two of you doing as you watch this whole spectacle like 60, 70 feet in the air?
Since my character like doesn't understand much like this magic, like is it possible for me just for Mirage only to be like these magic people and continue doing like what she was doing?
Absolutely. You just have
Like this insane town, like something like that.
You've seen some weird things before, having traveled about the gift of Shiratashi. You've come across weird individuals. You've heard of the various witch covens all across Obojima. You've encountered a few of them in passing. This kind of falls within that realm of crazy in your mind.
Yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. You're just... Now that you see that the situation seems to have been resolved, you're not as worried. But you can definitely tell you were beginning to sweat there looking up at this uncontrolled vehicle in the air.
Yeah.
Axel, what are you doing?
I mean, it's pretty much handled at this point. Not like I was gonna do much. I'll run in just like at the ground level, just watch like everything that's going on. I ain't got strength, so I cannot offer shit to help. I'm just standing there going, what?
Very well. As you watch on as these two strange bubble spheres, these strange amorphous liquid spheres slowly begin to descend downwards towards ground level. the first to come down would be the Mipsy and the being clutched. At this point, like they squeeze much harder, they're gonna break a rib or two. But just as you begin to like come within contact, before I think the bubble floats like 4 feet above the ground.
4 feet above the ground.
Yeah. Just as you get down to the lowest point and stop, the boy is just still screaming. He hasn't opened his eyes since you started to descend. But at this point, you have come down to a safe distance. And Erdemi, you watch as well. The bike descending off in a slightly different trajectory has come down to ground level as well and is just floating about 4 feet. The breeze just kind of slowly pushing it along the top of the grasses.
I'm gonna pierce the bubble so it falls.
Okay.
As long as there's nobody beneath it.
No. You watch as it just falls into the tall grasses around the commons.
Okay. I wanna is the frozen stuff still on or around the bike?
Yes, you can see that there's just little frozen chunks, and it's beginning to thaw and melt on the surface of the ground.
And looking at it, would I be able to, from my studies, discern what it might be or what it might be from?
Yeah, I would say go ahead and give me an Arcana check. You can definitely tell this is a potion of. Give me just a sec here. This is. This is a potion of levitation.
Right. I'm going to. Can I scoop it up?
You can certainly scoop up a small amount of it. Yeah, enough like as a sample, not necessarily enough to use the potion.
Got it. I'm gonna then head over to where Mimpsy is, and congratulate him on his good work of getting the boy down. And kind of lightly chastise the boys for playing with the potion.
Can you pop the bubble? Don't have anything to pierce this.
Ooh, certainly.
You drop down into the grass.
Thank you. I didn't want to wait all day for that to pop on its own.
My pleasure. Great job over there, old chap.
Thanks. Now, this kid, can someone get the mother?
At this point, you can see that there is a crowd of people just like rushing, including the frantic mother is just rushing over to you. And within, 30, 40 seconds, they're running up on you and grabbing the young boy and just like clutching them, just tears across her face.
What were you thinking? What was that? I just wanted to fly with a jellyfish, but I couldn't control it.
And you look overhead right as he says that, and there's a school of sky jellyfish floating over the village.
Where did you get this potion? Like, what were you thinking? You and I are going to have a long discussion with your father when we get home.
And you can see at this point, she's switched from fear and anxiety to just full mom mode as she's grabbed one of his ears and is just dragging him. And then as he's like trying to hold onto the bike, he is being pulled back down along the street. But as she passes the two of you,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you need anything,
No.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm
Well-
just cutting her off. No, I don't.
If you need anything,
I should have seen.
I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. Please, if you need anything, supplies, anything while you're here, please go talk to Bree and, as a thank you, you can buy whatever reasonable item on me. The both of you.
Ma'am, I'm good. It's fine. Your son is safe.
He's safe for now. If me and my father don't kill him after this.
And she starts to drag him away by his ear.
I'll just stand up and dust myself off. Oh, what a day. Glad you kind of used that bubble up to rescue the kid, even though unfortunately it did not work.
Are you talking to me or talking to Erdemi?
Demi, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't catch what you said.
I said, I'm glad that you used the bubble lift to try to rescue the kid, even though it did not work.
Oh, of course. I mean, it was the first thing that I could think of. Poor kid, he was scared to death.
It was also the first thing I thought of, but seeing it didn't work, I had to improvise.
Well, it was your quick thinking that saved him in the end.
You gonna take the mother's deal? Because I'm not.
No, I have no need to take that.
All right,
As
well,
you
I'm
all are
gonna
having that
get some food.
conversation, we'll
ahead.
put a pin in that one. Axel and Mirage, you've seen that the commotion surrounding this wayward young lad in the sky has mostly died down at this point, other than just a strange curiosity about the situation and the gossip surrounding it.
Where did a boy like that get that kind of potion? That's just dangerous. Like, what are these kids these days? Goodness sake.
Just backwards conversation, but, most of it is just, flippid, elderly conversation as people return back to what was going on during the festival. Mirage, as you now head back towards the center of the village, fairly certain of where your destination is, you come across a large building in the center of town, and you can see that on the nameplate of this, or the hanging sign, you see at a distance now as you get closer, Breeze Mercantile. And you see that same sort of similar pyramid melon as the emblem hanging below the nameplate. What are you doing?
What do you mean with pyramid melon? Oh, it's the one that
It's the one that Erdemi had bought. That's
right?
yeah. You haven't seen one yet, but you can see it's some sort of fruit. Is the emblem of the shop.
I want to get close and see.
Okay. There are a handful of customers in here right now, but for the most part, most of the commotion is outside. You can see a number of individuals have stepped out to see what was going on and haven't quite returned back to their shopping yet. But there are a few people, and this is one of the larger buildings in the center of the village. It seems to be most of the building is a single story, but there is one 2-story portion that seems to have a small stair going to it at the back of the shop as you step inside the door. And you can see it is just littered with all sorts of things hung up on the walls, on shelves, just all sorts of knickknacks and tools and various odds and ends, vials, bottles, empty jars, baskets, a handful of like scattered scrap metal and a handful of like curios and strange items, a few bits and pieces of clothing, a handful of performance clothing, nicer looking like costume jewelry underneath some cabinets and glass topped shelving. And as you walk in and just kind of poke your head in, you hear a voice, and you're not quite sure where it's coming from because you don't see anyone in the direction that you seem to hear the voice.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Oh my god, you scared me.
Yes, but over here, dearie, over here.
And you keep looking, you can't seem to find the source of the voice. And it takes you a minute, but you see behind the countertop an unassuming, what you initially think is an object, hops up on the stool behind the countertop, and it's in a similar shape to that pyramid melon. Except suddenly, the edge of what looks like the rind of the melon opens up to a pair of eyes, and a set of hands kind of extend out. These thin appendages and legs and hands kind of step out as another kind of opening steps out below the two pairs of eyes.
Right here, dearie. My name's Bree. I'm the proprietor of this shop. What can I do for you?
As you're staring at some sort of spirit.
Bree is the friend of the boy that they just saved, right?
They just said, whatever you might want. They say go to Bree's shop. You're not sure if they're friends or just acquaintances or something.
Oh.
Can I do something for you, dearie? Is there something you're looking for?
I was just looking around. Is there
Of course.
anything that you recommend to me? Anything new?
We have a little bit of everything. Is there something in particular you want?
You seem to be, and she notices your satchel and the emblem of the Courier Brigade.
Oh, are you one of the couriers? It's been some time since I've seen you in my shop. I was actually... Somebody was supposed to send me something, and I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. Anyway, can I help you with anything?
Something? You mean it never arrived? Do you know something about it?
I was
Well, what's it?
expecting some letters. They were supposed to come almost a month ago, and they never showed.
And as she says this, you look on your satchel, and you can see that the name you recall now said Okiri Village, Bree's Mercantile, Bree. This is the point of delivery.
Oh, that's me. I'm so sorry. It took quite a long time. It's a big road. It's a big, long road.
Oh, you have them? Oh, yes, I was expecting something. It was what was it? It's been so many years. There were recipes. Yes, recipes. They came finally. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. May I have them?
For sure. And I'll hand them over.
Oh, yes, this is it.
And you can see she begins to pull the there's like a wax seal on the outside. There's two wax seals. The first one is an emblem that you do not recognize. The second is the wax seal of the Courier Brigade. And
Oh, yes, of course. I need to make sure you get your payment, of course, for excellent delivery.
and she turns around and slaps the end of what looks like a shelf just below the center part of the melon body, and a drawer like pops out from below, and you can see she grabs some coinage.
Here you go, dearie.
And she hands you 8 silver pieces.
That should cover the additional expenditure and the well, I would not pay the expedited shipping in this case, as it did not show up on time, but this is the base fee, of course.
Sure, no problem. I understand.
But yes, might I? What was it? It was, yes. I needed to send something on as well. Something in the destination. Yes. It is a letter, a missive to a shop in Yataman. Give me just a moment.
And you see she kind of steps down this stool. Her form in general is quite small, and she moves almost like some sort of like soccer ball or football.
Okay.
And as her arms kind of retract into her, she watches this fruit-like shape just rolls down through the halls and changes direction in this very strange manner like you've never seen before. It's like watching an inanimate object suddenly begin to roll in different directions on itself. It's kind of passing through the various aisleways and cluttered shelves of the shop.
Where was it? Yes.
And she suddenly stops, and the arms extend, and the legs extend, and the eyes pop out again as she grabs a series of scrolls on one of the lower shelves, and then does the whole ball thing again, except you can see one of the arms just kind of clutching the scrolls on the side, rolling back over to the stool.
I need to send these on to Yataman, to a shop down there, to one of the proprietors. What was their name? Give me just a moment. I need to scan my records here to find the name of that shop in that particular... yes, that was it. That was the one. Yes. It was...
Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
How can I?
While
stall?
she's taking her time
Stalling.
to find it,
Yes.
like, can I be looking around? And
Yeah,
like,
of course.
is there something like maybe my character could be useful? Like, maybe like I don't think my character is like the stamina person, so maybe like a stamina or maybe something like a lockpick or something like that.
Yeah, you definitely see there are some, you already have on your person right now a thieves tools kit.
Yes.
But
like something similar.
There are other tool sets that you see. There are,
Does she has ball bearing?
give me an investigation check.
Oh no.
It takes you a minute, but you do find a satchel. They're not ball bearings necessarily, but they are a close second. They seem to be a large satchel of what looks like these really dense, like wooden balls. They're probably like some sort of children's game equivalent. They're not really metal, but they're like little, like smooth wooden balls. There's about 500 of them in a small bag. But close enough to ball bearings.
I see.
But they do. You see them on the shelf, and there's a little price tag on them, and it says 1 gold piece.
1 gold piece?
Yes, 1 gold piece for 500. Roughly
not
about
gonna
500. Yeah,
I'll grab it and take it to the counter where she's like looking or
Okay.
something.
yeah, give me just a sec here. I'm trying to find the name of the person. Is um
Oh, yes, it's this way. Yes, yes. That one is there, involved in that weird, witch coven. The one in Yataman. The big one. The big one. Yes. The fish head coven. Yes. I need to send this ingredient list, to a Mr. Basingstock.
and I'll give you that name. It is Basing.
Oh, wait. I was not
I'm
ready.
sorry.
B?
Basingstoke.
Okay.
And she bundles up the scrolls and begins to fold them into a flat surface and into a parcel, an envelope. And then she presses her own wax seal into the edge, and then slides the
I believe it's about 7 silver to make it down to Yataman. Just whenever you're on the way to that location, if you could deliver these for me, I would greatly appreciate it.
and
For sure.
she hands you the 7 silver, and you know, as once a letter is accepted, you reach into your pack and you have your own wax seal with the seal of the Courier Brigade, which you slide out and poof, place your seal next to hers.
Okay. Which village was it? Yaka?
It's you know it as the city of Yataman. It's the largest city, one of the largest cities in Obojima. It is on the far south of the island. Definitely outside of your normal range of, and as you think about that, you're like, oh, I just took on a job outside of my purview.
It's okay. I'll figure it out.
And as you say, I'll figure it out. We're going to flip back over to Axel. Axel, as you walk away from this incident involving the young boy floating up in the air on the bike, you're wandering around the markets, and it's definitely busy, and you're a bit uncertain, but you see like something or someone is scurrying about between the various stalls. You see little shadows here and there as you walk through the stalls looking for interesting curios and artsy things. And you can't help feeling like there's something or things scurrying between the stalls. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk after her or keep an eye on it, figure out what the hell this thing is.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. You keep seeing them and you're not sure. There's definitely more than one, too. You're not sure what it is, though. You can't... As soon as you try to catch a glimpse of it, it just... You're just scratching your head trying to figure out what in the world are these things, or what is that? At first you think maybe it's just a dog or a cat or some children playing a prank on people.
Can I see if it, like, if I see them going bouncing around or whatever, can I, like, notice if, like, or see, like, if they're holding anything, or is that kind of, like, following the same thing?
You do notice that they seem to be... A few of them seem to be carrying something. You're not sure if it's, like, a mallet or a club or a stick or a log or something, but yeah, it's actually funny you say that. They seem to be carrying items that are bigger than the whole of whatever these are. And it's actually that item that you keep seeing rather than whatever's carrying it.
Got it. Okay. Do I recognize the item? Is it some sort of tech that I might know?
It is... give me a sec here. Need to find the... For those watching at home, there are 2 new skills in Obojima. That one of which I am trying to find the name of again. I forget. I think one's mechanics and one is... what was the other one? I think you all have them on your character sheets. Mechanics and salvage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a mechanics check.
Okay.
This will be, it's in your extra skills, like down near your tool proficiencies.
Just trying to remember, and then do I... Alright, cool. And then, do I just click?
You should be able to just click it. Yeah, it should just roll. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yep, cool.
With that roll, it's nothing first age. It's nothing mechanical. But what you do see in the blink of an eye, it looks like some sort of mallet. Like a gong like a club, like a something you'd use to hit a large instrument with.
Hmm.
These creatures are not very large. In fact, just as you begin to... Give me a sec here. What's your AC?
13.
13. Right as you begin to catch sight of one, something hits you in the back of your calf. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
You just barely managed to hold. You go down on one knee, but you managed to stay upright as something clubs the back of one of your calves. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you fall to one knee, and this is when you see whatever these strange creatures are. They have long, extended ears like an elf, but they're probably no more than like 2 feet tall. They have yellowy glazed over eyes with red corneas. And then in addition to this greenish flesh, they seem to have like strange like plumage, almost like a bird extending off of their arms and legs, like a a row of feathers, but their faces are more reptilian looking and green. And they're carrying these like heavily ended like looking mallets. Like I stated, they look like something you would hit a gong with. And you definitely tell whatever that mallet was, one of them just hit you in the calf with it and tried to take you down with it. Go ahead.
Up to you.
Okay.
Can I cast duplicate and get a closer look at this thing?
Go ahead and post duplicate in the chat for me.
Okay, how do I do that with this?
There we go. You create an exact replica of an object you can see within range that weighs no more than 25 pounds. At first glance, the two objects. It's not really an object.
Oh, okay.
Well, the mallet is an object. The creature,
That's what I'm looking for. I want to get a closer look at the mallet. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able
Okay.
to do it with this stupid thing scurrying around.
Yeah, you definitely get a look at the mallet, and you, in the blink of an eye, you catch sight of this creature, this strange combination of reptilian and extended pointy ears with the bird-like plumage. Give me just a sec here. Oops. Did that pull up for everybody?
Oh my god.
And that's what
Yeah.
you see.
Okay.
Ooh.
And there are multiple of these scurrying about. And right as you go down and take a strike to the back of the calf, you hear shouts and screams from different parts of the market as seemingly multiple of these creatures are beginning to wreak havoc on the market stalls, knocking things over, crushing produce, just generally causing as much chaos as they can. And with that, I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Oh my god, here
Oh,
we go.
no.
This is a yikes.
Okay, what? Somebody roll it so I can know the Spanish word for it.
So, yeah, initiative is in the top, Monique. It should be the top middle of your character sheet.
Above your like HP and all that.
Yay!
There you go. There you go. You got it. Why didn't it pull up? It didn't add anything to the turn order.
Because
Oh,
we didn't have our
tokens.
tokens. So
That's right. Okay.
Because
Well,
what?
hold on. With that,
We do this every
I
time.
know. I know. Let me go ahead and pull up the map since you guys are... I should have pulled this up beforehand, but I got in a hurry there, so give me just a sec, because I got to move a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. That move them to the... There we go. So you're going to see there are a bunch of these little critters all over the market. So I'll just add everybody to the turn order here. But I think this constitutes a change of music, shall we? You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Nice. This kind of reminds me of the Open Plains Zelda music.
It kind of does.
Definitely.
Yes.
But let me go ahead and place you guys around. This middle building is Breeze Mercantile. Right in the middle. And there's stalls and vendors all over, and these critters are all over the market. So, in that little book, I'll go ahead and place your tokens about here. I would imagine, Mirage, your... Oops. Did that not place your token? There we go. I would imagine you're right there, right by the door. You should see yourself in the middle there. Axel, I would imagine you're probably somewhere over here. You can move yourself in that general area. For Demi, I would imagine you're somewhere on this side of the market. And then Mipsy, I would imagine you're somewhere not too far off of that as well. Feel free to move yourself in that general area to start. But you all hear just shouts and screams all over the place as these strange, like, gremlin-looking, like, feathered creatures are scuttling about and scurrying about, just crashing into things, moving. Oh, did it create two of them?
No, you put it on the map layer.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
I can't move my token.
I put it on the token layer. If you guys want to grab your own tokens and put them on the map, it should.
Click and drag there for a movie.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay. Monique, are you able to move your token? If you click and drag it, you should be able to move it about.
No, I cannot.
Okay, hold on. So over to the right-hand side under your journal, you should see like a book in the top right. And there should be a category that says characters.
Uh-huh.
If you grab your name of your character, and you'll place it somewhere around this area here. There you go. You should be able to move it around now.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. All right. So let me get this turn tracker going here. You hear all over the market, and then suddenly you hear that larger man that you had talked to and you had bought the pyramid fruit from, Erdemi. You hear him shout out to the entire market, "We got an infestation of Eukaryotes! Everybody able-body! Get rid of them!" All right, give me just a sec here. Mipsy. Axel. Erdemi. And what am I missing? Jimmy and Mirage. Sorry. And then Icarios. All right, and I got to roll for them. Oh, they rolled pretty well. 16. Let's see. Monique, were you able to find the initiative button?
Oh, wait. I did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. I see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I see it. Sorry. I had my deal scrolled up here. And then... 14. And... Oops. Why is it doing that? 14. There we go. And... 16. There we go. All right. Let me get that in order. Shiny, what is your dex modifier? Or just what's your dex?
I gotta look. I'm pulling my sheet back up. My dex is 14.
14? Okay. There's a 14 too.
Nice.
Of course.
Go ahead and just roll me a d20.
Okay.
They rolled an 18, so they're going to go first. So that works. I'm just going to change theirs to say 17 so it's easier to track. All right. As you hear the man call out Eukaryotes, you see all these little critters all over the market, spread out, and they're just wreaking havoc, smashing up stalls, vegetables, anything that just draws their attention. Just seeming to be finding entertainment in whatever they can cause problems with. You can see the ones over here next to this sprawled, these fish tanks are just going out of their way to just smash into the tanks of fish and try to break them open, spilling out water everywhere. The ones closer to you, Axel, are smashing up these stalls full of vegetables. They don't seem to be attacking any people, but they just seem to be destroying property as much as possible. And they don't seem to be attacking any of you. They haven't noticed you yet. But Axel, you are the first to act. What would you like to do?
Let's see. I
need to pull the map up real quick because you are up here at the top. There we go.
I guess I don't know. I guess I'll do I think we're gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. What do you say to cast Vicious Mockery on these gremlin-like creatures?
So I'll do it the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
Right there. What do I say to him?
What is vicious mockery?
It is a bard-specific cantrip
Okay.
where you literally insult somebody so bad it hurts them.
Oh my god.
So do they need to roll a saving throw, or is it an attack?
Yes, wisdom. Yep, it's wisdom.
Wisdom?
Saves her.
Okay.
I don't know. I gotta get used to the character. I'll just say,
Hey, Pipsqueak, why don't you pick on something on your own size that actually can fight back?
All right. And what's your DC?
I literally just keep closing my sheet.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They
I
rolled a
should just move
1.
it out of the way. Okay, fantastic. We love
He
it.
turns and looks at you right as you call out to them. What do you say as he turns and looks you dead in the eye?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not understand? Do I have to talk slower to you?
Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is a decent. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Nice. It turns and looks right at you as you begin to insult them, and they're like, is it just, you can see like blood is like beginning to drip out of the ears and the nose. This one is bloodied. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm chilling.
Okay. Mipsy, we're up to you. What would you like to do?
Mipsy is gonna move, and this is gonna use the last spell slot for today for Whelm Weapon.
Go ahead and pull Whelm Weapon up for us. Nice.
Nimsy and Erdemi are on the same wavelength.
Nice.
We'll pick the same spells,
As long as
basically.
your choice that you
Yep.
can see within range, become enveloped with water. Roll a d4 for the duration. Any damage dealt by the targeted weapon is reduced by the number you roll to. Okay, so you're casting Whelm Weapon on one of their mallets? Or
Up to
mallets?
3 weapons. So
Okay.
I can choose all 3 of them in front of me.
Okay, so let me go ahead
That's
and
cool.
mark these guys as their
Except for
mallets
that
are
guy.
surrounded in water. So I will go ahead and put markers on these 3. I'm assuming these are the 3 you wanted? Yeah. Nice. You watch as swirling water begins to weigh down their hammers, and they're like, and they almost like drop them against the ground as they're like trying to. They can still pick them up, but it definitely looks like it made them a lot heavier and unwieldy. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
As a bonus action, whoops, sorry. Ignore the attack.
Okay.
Magic stone.
Okay. So you scoop up some stones and you cast Magic Stone on them. For those at home, do you want to explain what Magic Stone is?
So it's basically these magical pebbles. Well, pebbles I can infuse with magic to just do more damage.
Nice. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's my action and bonus action. And my
Okay.
movement.
Okay. Demi, we're on to you. What would you like to do?
All right. I would like to get up on this roof over here. I think I have enough movement.
Yeah, you have it take you 20 to get up to it, and then you have your leap, so it wouldn't take much to
Right.
get up there.
Awesome.
Okay,
And
that's all your movement.
then I would like to do Jolt.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
It is save,
Okay.
I think. Let me see. Hold on. Put it in there.
No, you make a ranged spell attack.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
yeah, you would roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. Or no, this says spell save DC. Hold on. Jolt of
Yeah,
electricity
that-
springs from your hand towards a creature you can see within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage. Alternatively, you can target a machine and temporarily turn it on. No, it's for a creature. It's a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
So yeah, you would. I think you add. Yeah.
Oof.
Unfortunately,
Hold on, what's my
What's up?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I got a 3.
Unfortunately, a 3 goes wide as it slams into the ground as they're still fighting with the mallet, but they manage to like leap over the mallet to the other side to dodge out of the way of your jolt of lightning.
Dang. That's all I got.
Okay. And then bringing up the end of the initiative order, Mirage, you see these little critters all over the place in this market. What would you like to do? The closest one is right over here to you.
It says that I have a string. What is a string? A string is like that like the one that has like a link like that. Like that's a string. I don't know exactly what a string is.
No. So right now we're in combat, so you have a number of different weapon types. You have melee weapons like your dagger and your short sword, and then you also have a ranged weapon with your short bow that you could attack with as long as you're within its range, which I think you're well within the range of this creature if you were to target. Yeah, you're within 30 feet of it.
But like, sorry, this is too many questions because I'm confused. Like, is this like enemies like to kill, or it's like
They're
just scare
right
them
now.
away?
Well, that's up to you. You can try to scare them away, or you can attack them, or it's totally up to you how you want to handle this situation. You tell me.
Can I shoot an arrow?
Okay.
Not to them, but near them for them to get scared.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll, and depending on I'll say the number you're trying to hit is a Let's see. Because we're not really trying to attack. Let's see. We'll say the number you need to hit is a 14.
Where is the attack one?
So under your weapons in the middle, you should see the... are you trying to use your bow?
Yes.
So you should see the short bow. It should be the number on the left to hit. If you click that number on the closest to the word short bow, it should roll for you.
This? No.
Hold on.
So this is not it.
Yeah, give me just a moment. So next to the word short bow, you should see where it says name, and then there's a column next to it that says attack. There you go.
That?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
Yeah. You fire, you pull back, you notch an arrow very quickly, and you're not trying to kill this creature, but you're trying to scare it off. You fire an arrow, and it zings just over their ear, just beginning to pierce the ear, and goes intentionally wide, but enough that it like startles and shakes them. Go ahead and roll me. We'll say in this instance, roll me an intimidation check, and you're gonna roll with advantage. So you're going to roll intimidation twice and take the larger value. Okay, go ahead and roll. Yeah, absolutely. The firing the arrow, you see this creature turns towards you, and you can see its eyes have gone wide. The pupils are wide. It is terrified at the thought of that arrow just going right by its head and could have killed it instantly. And you watch as... they are already beginning to turn and bolt the other way. This creature is definitely terrified of you. You still have your bonus action, and you still have your movement if you'd like to move around.
So how was the movement? Is 1 square is 5?
Yeah, 1 square is 5, so your base movement is 30 feet.
So like I can get here.
You could get anywhere you can go diagonally, but yeah, you can go 30 feet total right now.
Okay. How do you do that?
I just have the ruler two connected. Like quick.
I want to move this way, so it's like.
So grab your token and
Here?
drag it to the space you want to go to. There you go.
I have to get closer to the other one.
Yeah, you still have, you were here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, yes, that was 30 feet. Or 25 feet. You could move one more square to the
Or it
right.
Could be. I don't remember exactly what square.
I think that was it. That was the total of her movement.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 30 feet. And I don't know if you have any more bonus actions right now, given your level. Right, because that was your action to attack, and then your movement. That is the majority of what you can do right now.
Okay.
All right. The Yokarios. You can see this one that you attacked, Mirage, and you tried to scare off. It is going to use its full movement to just bolt after nearly taking an arrow to the dome. It is going to run through these barricades as fast as it can to try to get away. And it is running away from the near as far as it can go, as fast as it can. This one, these three are going to try to come after you. This one's still bashing up the barrels, but these ones that you engaged with, Mipsy, are going to try to attack you. The first is a 15 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay. That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Is it? Oh, I need to. No, it's not going to hit because of the D4. Because of the whelm. Yeah, that's an 11 to hit.
Dealt, so
oh, damage dealt.
Hit.
Oh, okay. Well, it rolled a 4 and it rolled a 4 on that. So it goes to swing and it's like, and it like grazes you with the water, but just like hits the ground harder than anything hits you. The other two, the next one gets a 14 to hit.
That's my overclass.
Okay. That is with the whelm that you cast. That's only 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
And realm is dropped.
Oh shit. Yes, you suddenly, as the first one swings wide, you just start to chuckle a little bit as the second one swings and uses its body weight and catches you upside the head with this whelmed weapon. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but enough that it knocks away your concentration. And then suddenly you watch all the water around these weapons just drop and splash on the ground. The next one is a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, that one goes wide. As you dodge out of the way this time, as you're kind of like, oh, nope. And you swing out of the way. Oops. I am not... I wish, like, when you control on one screen, it would control the same thing on the other. For those at home, this is the dynamic. But these two are accounted for. These three are still bashing up things. This one that you attacked, these two are just going to keep bashing. This one that you cast Vicious Mockery on, Axel, is going to turn towards you and is going to try to run up and swing his hammer on you, his mallet.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Disadvantage, my guy.
Oh, because of Vicious Mockery, you're right. That's a nat 1. He swings wide, still
Let's
bleeding from
fucking
the
go,
ears. Swings wide. And then that'll be their turn. I keep closing. I always do that. I close the turn order counter. Axel, we're back to you as this one swings wide, still dazed from your vicious insults.
All right. I will use. I do have one. I just double checked to make sure. I'm gonna take a swing at him with my rapier.
Okay, let's see it. Unfortunately, a 9 just misses wide as you catch a few of the feathers, but no anything of substance.
Okay. I don't think I got anything else. Nope, I got nothing else.
Okay. Can I have somebody roll me a D20, please? Just somebody randomly. Okay. You look on as you're attending to some of these creatures and taking away their taking action against them. You can see some of the villagers have already started to rally behind your cause. Go ahead and somebody roll me a D6, please. You watch the one beside you, Axel, one of these ones in front of this cart full of produce, just gets clobbered by that large man that called out Eukaryotes to start with, and just gets flung into this wall. Not enough to kill it, but they are immediately dazed and are looking to flee as quickly as possible as they just get clobbered by this this produce vendor. And then the one over here, you can see that young girl that you were talking to earlier, Axel, the one that you had borrowed the flute from, turns around and she kicks over one of the barrels onto the head of one of these Eucarios and just
Let's go.
crashes as like beans and rice and dried food just crushes this creature, and it is completely just stunned on the ground. And
Oh yeah.
they are out of things. But with that, Mimpsy, we are on to you.
Well, this is going to be disadvantage. The one above me,
Okay.
I'm going to try to, like, throw my magic stone at it.
All right, let's see it. That still hits.
For 5 bludgeoning.
They are bloodied.
Um,
Let me take these other markers off of them.
I got nothing else.
Okay. Demi, we are back to you. You can see Mimpsy, this red Dara that you had worked with to save the young boy earlier in the day, is being surrounded by these strange goblinoid creatures.
Yeah, we can't have that. So, I
Oops, I need to move the...
am. I've. I can't. That's not going to work because they're not an object, right? The bubble lift is only on an object.
I think you can cast it around a person.
I used it around myself with my staff.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
you could cast it around somebody.
And
Yeah.
we did it with the bike.
Okay. Let me just quickly see here. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna try and bubble lift one, like bubble lift him away from them.
Okay.
Can I try and do that? So that he's not cornered.
Yeah, which one are you targeting?
I actually wanna target Mimpsy so I can move him out of the way.
Ah,
So
I
he's
see.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
not surrounded anymore. So
And that would be forced movement, so it wouldn't proc an attack of opportunity, I don't believe.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
okay, so we're gonna do that.
Mimpsy, you
that's
watch as the
my-
bubble forms around you, and you're like, what?
Not again.
Mimpsy, is there any? Because can I move it or no? It's just by the wind, right?
I would say there's a
Kinda-
mild breeze here. Going through here. Enough that it would slowly begin to push. It's moving northward, though. So it would be moving down towards the bottom of the map. But this is an overhang here, so I would say it's enough just to move probably enough just to move them out of that space, at least away from 2 of the Eucario.
Okay. So with that, that's my spell slots gone. Sorry, I still am not like. I don't have all my stuff like memorized. What
That's
do I
okay.
have?
It's session 1, baby. We're working through it.
Yeah, I think
Better
for
to get
now,
the bugs
that's
out
all-
now.
Yeah. I think that's all that I got because I can't do a cantrip and a spell on the same time, right?
No, because you cast it as an action in this instance.
Got it.
You could,
Okay.
if like it was a bonus action, a cantrip and a leveled spell, but in this instance, you already used your action. Because you can't
Did
do that
any
as...
of them...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh no, I was just gonna say, did any of them drop their mallets? Or they all still have their mallets?
They have
their
their
hand.
mallets. They just... the whelm that Mimsy had cast on the mallets has dropped because he dropped concentration.
Okay.
No, but they haven't dropped they're definitely still carrying the weapons.
Got it.
All right.
Well, that's all I got.
Mirage, we're back to you. You can see there's one of the Yukario over here trying to smash up some of these tables and steal food off of one of the public dining tables. There's also another one over here. Both.
I had a question because I have 20 arrows, right? So I already shoot one, so I change it to 19, right?
Right. I don't keep track of
Yeah?
ammunition,
Oh, well.
so don't worry about it. Yeah. I would imagine just as you have time to stop to make more air, go pick them up later.
Okay.
Because trying to keep track of ammunition is a pain in the ass.
So, yeah, I was like tracking it right now. Like, should I put it out? Should I put it in?
Yeah.
I was thinking I can move diagonal, right?
Yes, you can.
So like, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can move like here, like saying like 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right. You would
Like
be underneath.
using like an acrobat. No, but
Yeah.
can I jump up?
You can certainly try. I mean, it would
Yeah.
require an athletics check to try to climb up there.
Sure.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Oh, like someone fail me now.
A 25 with ease.
Oh.
You kick up off of the wall and roll forward up onto the deck without missing a beat, ready to go with
Yeah.
your bow aimed up on top of these creatures. So that's your movement.
So-
You still have your action and your bonus action.
I was thinking, I don't know how far, like, like this. How do I pin? I
There's a
cannot pin
measuring
anymore.
tool. You're exactly 30 feet from... Roughly 30 feet from both of them. Yeah. You're definitely within range of both of them with your bow.
But like enough to scare both of them? Because I was thinking, like, what if I throw some, like, these new wooden balls to catch their attention so they can, like, round up?
It wouldn't... You could definitely cast them out and in that general area. Because ball bearings generally, I think, have a radius of 15 feet. Hawketh, you might know off the top of your head. I think it's 15 feet. It's been a while since
Something
I've...
around that.
Yeah, I want to say it's like a span of 15 feet. So, yeah, they're close enough together that you could definitely... Yeah, I'd allow it. If you want to cast them out, it doesn't do any damage, but on their first turn, they would have to make a save to stay on their feet. If that's something you want to do, you can do it.
Sure.
Okay. You cast out these wooden balls all over the top of these creatures, just scattering them all over the ground, making it very difficult for them to stay on their feet. Let me go ahead and... yeah, they need to make the save right now. So let me make... the one on the bottom is... I forget what ball bearings. I think it's 13?
And I know that.
It's a DC 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one saves and manages to stay on his feet. The other one definitely does not and falls flat on his ass. Yeah, this one up on the top is prone. So this one up at the top that I marked is has fallen prone. So that's your action and your movement. I don't think there's anything else you can do currently on your bonus action. But you are in position in this area. Let me go ahead and put a box around where the ball bearings are. see. There we go. Basically, that whole area. So anybody who would walk through there would have to make the saving throw. But I think that's all you can do currently, Mirage. So if it's okay with you, we'll step to the next round. Okay. Starting over here, since we're already here, this guy is going to try to get up, but as he does, he's going to try to move. You got to make the save again. Nope, he falls on his ass again. And the one on the bottom, he rolled a 4. No, they're both on their ass at this point. They're just scuttling all over the place, trying to stand up in this field of wooden ball bearings. This one, can I have somebody roll me another d20, please? Okay, roll me another d6, if you don't mind. Okay, you can see your intent to get these creatures out of here is definitely having a profound effect. You can see another shopkeeper over here grabs a frying pan off of one of the cooktops and just nails this Lucario and just starts bashing it with the frying pan.
That's right, baby. Cast them out.
And this one is going to try to run as it's just getting clobbered by this woman with a pan. Let's see. He is going to try to get out of here as fast as he can. These two are on their ass. This one over here. Yeah, he's going to try to nope out as well. This one is going to move there. He is running. This one that got clobbered is going to get up at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is going to try to run as well. These three, you can see this. One of the shopkeepers just cry. He's got a large harpoon that he's going to try to just scare and or stab a couple of these Lucario. That's going to be a hit. That's a hit. 3 hits. God damn. Okay. Can I have somebody roll me 3d6, please? Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, these guys are not looking good as these fishermen are pissed. They are pissed and they are going at these guys. This guy is noping out. He's gone. He is running. This one that got attacked and saw you move is going to try to run up this tent and get to you, Erami. But he's going to make... yeah, he makes it up beside you. He's going to try to hit you with a mallet. That is an 11 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Righty.
As you get clobbered down. You manage to, like, block it with your forearm, but it hits hard. And then these two are going to come after you. Again, still. Mipsy.
Okay.
The first is an 18 to hit. And the second one is a 6. Oh, that's right. Does the bubble block bludgeoning damage?
It doesn't have any armor class to it, so you would have to come up with something for that, but
I would imagine it would just...
anything that would pierce the outside of the bubble would cause it to pop.
Right, but it's not really piercing damage. They're hitting it with a mallet.
So that's...
Tell me what. I'll tell you what. Roll me a d20. Or better, yeah. Roll me a d20 on Yeah, I was gonna say on a 11 or 12 or 11 higher, we'll call it a pierce. So it pierces through. I'll say that it reduces the damage as it has to go through the bubble to hit you.
Okay.
So we'll say you have resistance on this strike.
Yes.
So that would have been 6 bludgeoning damage reduced to 3.
Okay.
All right. And the other one missed. So,
Oh yeah.
oops. So, God, man, everybody's all spread out. I did not think this through. Axel, we are back to you. One of these Lucario is running. The one directly in front of you is still looking feisty and ready to go.
Okay. I'm gonna mock him. I'm gonna do vicious mocker again.
What do you say to him the second time?
What do I say to him the second time? I gotta think.
Oh, come on, little guy. I thought we were just getting started. You having a hard time?
Okay, he needs to make another wisdom save. That is a 12.
I think that actually does it. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Yeah, my wisdom's 11. You got, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately, this time he's just too angry, and doesn't seem to care. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm looking to see where I gotta look at the map. Who's close to me? I just gotta specifically read something on my thing. Hold on. All right, hold on. Trying to see the bottom row. Okay. Where's our demi? I'm trying to see where
They're down on the bottom left.
I'm way far in the
bottom left. Oh, I think that is literally the worst spot for it to be. Yeah, no, I was gonna do my bonus action to do bardic inspiration, but I could do 60 feet, and that's nowhere.
You're way outside of
close,
60 feet.
Nowhere, so absolutely.
Yeah, we're on
if
other side of town.
If you wanted to give bardic inspiration to some of the shopkeepers, you could, because they're kind of.
Yeah, why not? Let's rally the troops. Let's keep it going.
All right. Go ahead and just roll the bardic inspiration, and we'll add it to whatever pops up next, to the next D20
right.
roll.
Let's see.
So go ahead and roll your D6.
Okay, that's what I was like. How do I roll it?
Yeah, it's a D6 bardic inspiration right now.
I am new to bard.
Cool. So we will add that to the next D20 roll.
Okay.
All right, Mimsy, we're back to you. The bubble has been popped.
Not liking Mipsy's situation here. Mipsy's gonna attack the one over there.
Okay.
With the second stone.
Okay.
Again, disadvantage because this considered a range attack, so 13.
Unfortunately, a 13 just misses.
Okay. Mips is not liking this. That's my turn.
Demi, we are back to you. You just got clubbed by this Lucario.
Yeah, Erdemi's not looking good. I got 4.
Well, neither is this
left.
Lucario.
Okay.
Neither is
I'm
Mipsy.
I'm gonna jolt.
Okay.
On the one that's right there. So that's my D20 plus my intelligence, right? And my proficiency.
Yes, I
Is that
believe
how that
so.
goes?
That is your that's your attack modifier.
Okay. So let me just.
So it should be, I believe, 4 plus 2, so a plus 6 to whatever you roll.
Plus 6. Oh,
Oh god.
Well,
still doesn't help.
Fortunately, that is a natural 1.
Oh my god.
That sucks.
You go to
Oh,
grab out,
man.
and you end up grabbing the wooden club and passing your magic into it, and it does nothing.
And it does nothing. Okay, but I can still. I got a few other things that I can do because I do have a bonus action that I forgot about, which is my grasping tongue.
Oh.
So I can lash out my tongue at an object that I can see within 15 feet, definitely within 15 feet, and I can pull it to me. So I can go after their club, and then they have to succeed on a strength check.
A
And if
strength
not,
check.
I get their club.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
So is this contested strength, or is this based on what does
Yes.
this? Okay.
Contested strength. I don't know what that means.
That means they have to make a strength check against your strength check or whatever. I don't know if it gives you a
Got
DC
it.
in that.
Let me put it in the chat. Then it should show, right?
Right.
Okay. No.
Lash out your tongue. 50 feet, 5 pounds. Must succeed on a contested strength check or have the object pulled away from it. Okay, so we both roll strength, and whoever gets the highest wins.
Well, you win.
Well, that was a strength save, so just
Oh,
just roll strength.
how do I do a strength? Oh,
So you just click your strength number or whatever.
got it.
So in your case, it'd be a D20 minus 2.
Huh.
Not bad. Okay,
Okay.
we'll take the second one. All right.
We
I'm
love-
gonna roll this one on top of the table because they need to. They have 0 modifier, so this is just a straight D20. You lash out, and the mallet is ripped from their hand.
Yum yum. Eat 'em
Awesome.
up.
Yay! And then I still have my movement,
Okay.
so I am bouncing out of there
Okay.
with my. Go ahead.
They're gonna try to unarmed strike you, I guess, but yeah, that's not gonna work very well. No. Yeah, that was like a 6. So yeah.
Fantastic. So does my jump is it my movement and then my jump? So it's 50, or is my jump included in my movement?
I don't believe it's included in your movement.
For combat purposes, jumping actually does count for movement.
It does. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So my standing leap would count for movement. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm just gonna jump over here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics to make sure you don't land awkwardly and fall prone, because you are falling to a lower
Sure.
elevation.
Okay.
You only needed a 5. It wasn't very high.
Shit.
You didn't fall very far, but yeah, you got really lucky on that one. You
I got
just
really
barely
lucky.
catch yourself as you almost like face plant into the table as you land on one of the chairs, but you managed to just
Kind of
rock
frog
your.
am I?
You're kind of small, so you managed to like rock yourself back and not face plant into the table.
You're a little woozy. It's all right. It's okay.
I gotta stretch more.
Mirage, we are back to you.
Now I have a question. What is
Yes.
a bonus action?
So a bonus action is like a lesser action, like a quicker thing that you can do. And generally a rogue can do more things with their bonus action, but right now I believe you're only level 1, so you don't have a lot of your features yet, the rogue. You can use it to attack with an offhand weapon, though, to give yourself 2 attacks in a turn. And because these guys are prone, if you were to hit them with a melee attack, you would get advantage and therefore could get your sneak attack off. Because these guys are prone because of the ball bearings, they've fallen down. That means any melee attacks at them are at advantage.
Sure.
So if you wanted to drop down off the roof
Yes.
and go after them, you could.
That's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to drop down maybe like 5 movements, maybe to get here.
Okay. Give me a quick acrobatics check to make sure you don't fall prone as you fall off the roof. Or jump down. Yeah,
I do my stretches.
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, more than fine. Fucking rogues, man. Yeah, so if you want to roll, you can roll with advantage on this one. So you're going to roll 2 attacks with either your short sword or your dagger. And you're going to take the higher one.
I'll do my dagger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll one more time. That definitely hits. Okay, so we'll take the 19 on that one. Wow, it's the same amount of damage. Also, because you have advantage, you can roll your sneak attack damage. So roll an extra d6 for your sneak attack.
Just as d6?
Yeah, just a d6, or it should be on your sheet somewhere. It says sneak attack.
I don't know if this is one. I'm gonna click it. I think this is the sneak attack.
That's it. Yeah,
is this the sneak attack?
No, that's stealth.
Okay.
So a sneak attack.
Well, use the other one.
Right. So just to explain, sneak attack happens when you have an enemy that's close to an ally, or you have advantage on the strike. In this case, because they're prone, you have advantage because you're hitting them with a melee weapon while they're on the ground. So it's easier to hit them. With that amount of damage, you kill this one instantly.
Oh my god, no.
If you want to, you can use non-lethal damage and just bash them over the head and knock them out.
I prefer that one.
Okay. So you knock them out with just, you take the butt end of the dagger and just punk, just out cold.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I don't know if I can still do something, because I was thinking like a bonus, or did I use the bonus already?
No, you have not used your bonus action. Unfortunately,
because I was thinking they're like doing like how do you say, like what they were doing, they were just like throwing stuff into the air and like messing things around, right?
Just causing chaos, yes.
Yeah, but it was like a fruit place.
It was like a stall, yeah, like a market stall.
Yeah. I was thinking like between the chaos people is doing their business, I will just, take one fruit with me.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to use your bonus action to grab a random fruit off the ground for lunch, go for it.
I do want. But what do I roll?
You don't need to roll for that.
Okay, then I just
don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, back to the Eukaryotes. Can I have somebody roll me another d20, please?
That was with Bardic Inspiration as well.
Okay, that was a natural 20.
Oh my god, there's so many nats today. It's crazy.
Geez, yeah. I mean, let's see, how many are left here? And this one's already dipping, so he's gone. This one is... See if he can even get up. Yeah, he managed to get to his feet, and he's dipping. Well, no, he would have gotten about... Well, he's going to dash, so... Yeah, he'd get about there. This one of the shopkeepers turns around, and you just hear like the mallet crush one of the barrels, and then all of a sudden, ding, as they turn around and nail this Eukaryo in the head with a shovel. Just straight up Home Alone style, out cold. This one's dipping as fast as they can. These ones over here, somebody go ahead and roll me 6d6. That one's gone. That one's gone. And that one's gone. These fishermen are fucking pissed. At this point, if somebody, let's see. This one is not looking great. Let's see. Nah, he's gone. He's going to try to jump down here. Does he actually make it? Yeah, he managed to keep on his feet, but he is... 20. Yeah, he's going to try to run. Hawketh, roll me 2 separate d20s. Since you're right next to these two. Okay. They both are dipping. So if you want, you can get an opportunity attack on either one of them.
Sure.
Which one are you going after?
The one that I tried to attack originally.
This guy at the top, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy is going to try to run. He gets, like, right there.
Well, that's gonna miss because that's a 7.
Yeah. Fortunately, it misses, but he's trying to run, so he's going to get right over here. Last but not least, the only one with any amount of balls left at this point is the one, unfortunately, right next to you, Axel.
It's fine.
But he is not looking good, so, but he's going to try to swing at you. Getting a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 3 bludgeoning damage.
Still here.
All right. But it is your turn. Can you bring it home?
I doubt it. Let's see. I'll try to go for the rapier again.
Okay, let's see it. A 15 does hit, and 5 is just what you needed. He had 4 HP left. You run him through, and he is just falls limp. So, unless you guys want to chase after, the remaining Yucario are either just getting clobbered by shopkeepers, or they are peacing out. So we will go ahead and call that the end of the initiative.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Do-do-do-do.
Yes. Hold on one sec here. We'll go ahead and put that music back on. But back to a more peaceful image. You can see that the atmosphere after you chased off these Zucarios is a mixture of appreciation, just general frustration of what in the hell are these creatures coming into the town, and then just an excitement in general for a few chasing off these hooligans. Mipsy, you would know basically these Eucario, they're generally mischievous, but they're not stupid. They know when they're outmatched and outgunned, and they will run at the first sight of any type of real danger. They just revel in causing chaos as quickly as they can, but as soon as any real danger runs around, they're out of there. So basically what you just all witnessed. But nevertheless, there's a general consensus of appreciation from most of the shopkeepers and the villagers around this market space for your aid in getting rid of these creatures. But as this is going on, is there anything else you all would like to do? But we're creeping up on about 3.5 hours, so otherwise I will try to wrap things up for the evening.
I'm good.
I don't have anything specific.
I'm good.
I'm good, yeah.
Okay. With a general consensus of appreciation, you do notice that the proprietor of Bree's Mercantile, Bree, has stepped out into the market space, or the streets, and has approached a couple of you. But we'll save that for next time. But with the completion of that first session and that first encounter, you all have reached level 2.
Woo!
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
So we will address that next time. But we'll go ahead and call that there.